And welcome back, everyone. Who would win week? From Noah Torres, we have the question of who would win a fight, Slender Man, who's another elder statesman of this channel at this point, or Venom. Now, I don't think this would be this didn't quite make it to the speed round, but I do think there is a relatively clear winner, more or less. It's just that the fight would probably be not taxing, but irritating for the other to win. Slender Man, we know, is insert your theory here, that has long since been terrorizing the world through creepypasta. It's not known what Slender Man really is. It's speculated he could be an alien, a demon, an international spirit, a being called a tulpa, which is a being brought together by mass thought and belief in this thing, and that it brings it to life. And many different theories about what Slender Man is. What Slender Man ultimately physically is, though, and for combat, is a very tall, lanky, but surprisingly physically strong individual with no face, always wearing what seems to be some sort of suit. Among his most most known abilities is his shadow manipulation, tentacle creation, and madness inducement. He is apparently not easy to hurt, although in one instance, I do remember like a video where it was like, I don't know if it's fan made or whatever, I talk about Slender Man. There's a story about a guy who took a baseball bat to it, and it did piss it off. Now, this may be because very few people ever actually stand up to it. They're just scared shitless of it. Or the fact that Slender Man can actually be hurt. It's just that because it's so, I guess eldritch is not a bad way to describe it. It does fall into kind of an eldritch horror category when you factor in like tentacle creation and the fact that it is something that we don't have a good understanding of, which is what Cthulhu Lovecraftian lore is kind of like. So it is a capable individual, a capable creature to say the least. But that being said, Venom is no slouch either. We know what Venom is. The Venom symbiote bonds itself to a host, basically it can give him this form as a symbiote, though it can hide itself as well. Oh god. The Venom symbiote in particular has bonded with many hosts over the years. T-Rexes, Deadpool, famously and most notably Eddie Brock, Flash Thompson, Matt Gargan, I believe it's the Scorpion it's bonded to, Peter Parker, obviously. It's bonded with a lot, and it learns from each host, and it usually takes the traits of the previous host and adds it to the next host. Which is why Venom, even though he is technically the weakest of his spawn, because when a symbiote reproduces, the new symbiote is, by all accounts, stronger than the previous. And Venom and Carnage gave birth to Toxin. Did Toxin give birth? That's a good question. Toxin symbiote child. Let's find that out. I'm actually not sure. Toxin symbiote child. Offspring. Let's go offspring. Offspring? Okay. Did Toxin ever birth who is Toxin the offspring of? Who are the offspring of the Venom symbiote? Okay, let's see here. Carnage, we know that is who he is. The offspring of Venom are the offspring of any symbiotes. Venom's had 7 symbiotes and a clone, so he's got different symbiotes there. Let's see, it's Toxin though. Toxin's offspring child. Okay, they keep giving me he's the offspring of Carnage. Okay, let's try. Did Toxin have offspring? There we go. Did the Toxin symbiote did the Toxin symbiote reproduce? Let's try that one. Did the Toxin symbiote reproduce? There we go. No, the toxin itself is not known to have. Okay, so we have not gotten a Toxin child yet. So that's something Marvel can introduce. There's been a lot of symbiotes introduced, and some of them are really cool looking, and some of them are very powerful too. But yeah, we've currently stopped the asexual reproduction of the symbiotes with toxin right now, because basically how it translated went down the chain was you had Venom, Carnage was stronger than both Venom and Spider-Man, and Toxin is actually stronger than both Carnage and Venom. And then down the road, it would be Toxin and Carnage, so forth and so on. But they're still carrying over the traits from, like, say, Spider-Man, because that was one of the Venom symbiote's most popular hosts. So it's still carrying over the webbing, wall crawling, all that. Now, with all that being said, Venom himself has been able to keep up, A, because it's bonded with a lot of hosts, more hosts than a lot of other symbiotes. So it's gotten a lot of learning and knowledge under its belt. It's also, because it's been around for so long, developed resistances to some of its key weaknesses, sound and fire, particularly sound. It's actually a lot more resistant to sound than normal symbiotes are. And still, even with being, say, not the weakest symbiote, Venom is certainly not the weakest symbiote, but even with, one second, I'm just making sure I can get Venom powers, Venom comics. Let's try that. Comics. Let's actually just go with Venom symbiote. Symbiote. There we go. Even with being like the progenitor of all these other much stronger symbiotes, he's still able to actually beat them occasionally. And Venom's now gotten an upgrade. Venom has gotten up. So Venom's basic powers are all enhanced physicality, regeneration, because it's basically just black goo. It has no real physical mass beyond that. But black goo, he actually shares, I believe, Spider-Man's spider sense. He's actually immune to it too. Does have limited shape shifting, but nowhere near to the level of, say, like a Carnage does. He's also got camouflage capabilities. He can reconstitute matter. He can actually, like, pour himself into a physical body and just destroy them. Capable of going through everything here. Apparently he's got poisonous fangs. Didn't know that one. Stretching and deforming. I know that one. Agent Venom with Flash Thompson. He has all the same basic abilities, but he was also able to reconstitute, like, say, make symbiote versions of Flash's legs. Then Malekith. After capturing Venom symbiote, the Dark. Oh God, Malekith the elf had Venom symbiote for a while. Okay. He also had matter manipulation in that form, but that's not the standard ability of the Venom symbiote. Otherwise, the only real weaknesses are, like, anti-venom, which that wouldn't be a thing here. Sonic and Heat, which frankly, Slender Man really doesn't use any of that. He used to temporarily be the King in Black, so yeah, there was that, but that's temporary. Venom can manifest fangs, claws, blades, and tendrils if he needs to, thanks to the Constitution of Living Abyss. Accelerated corruption and degradation. He's psychologically a little fucked up, unfortunately. But yeah, now I don't actually know what Venom's new ability, because he's got new look. Because instead of the white symbiote outlines, he's now a metallic gold, which, I'm not gonna lie, looks really cool. Hold on, let me see if I can get this image up here real quick, because it's a cool image. This new version of Venom we got. I don't know if he's actually right now still bonded with Eddie. I can look that up real quick though. Let's see, full size image. Yeah, come on, full size image now. Give me the image. Show me the money. Show me the money. Show me the image. There we go. Yeah, just real quick. I mean, it's a really cool image. Is it there? No. I gotta do this. Bump. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that cool? I think that's cool. Yeah, they've done some not so great things with comics characters in the past, but hey, I'd look. Fair is. That's cool looking. Now, real quick, is he bonded? Let me check that again real quick. Is he still bonded with Eddie right now? Father and son bonding time. All new Venom. Okay. Venom managed to survive. Go away, images. I don't need you anymore. Okay. Give me back. Let's see here. Venom managed to survive and bonded to a new host while keeping the gold emblem. During the trial of Madame Mask, AIM's Scientist Supreme Andrew Forson attacked the courthouse, and Venom appeared in his new host. With his new host, after defeating members of AIM, they disappeared. Okay, so this, yeah, Bedlam is another symbiote which is very important to this story. Codex merged. Apparently, a symbiote named Codex merged with Venom and defeated King in Black Venom or Eddie. Anyway, um, let's see here. Anyway, he gained this like super gold form, and now he still holds some of the gold form. Anyway, I digress. So Venom is the reason I said that this could have been in the speed round is because while the shadow manipulation, madness inducement, and stronger physical enhancements are impressive for Slender Man, Venom is fought individuals. Oh god, sorry. Venom has fought individuals far stronger than Slender Man, multiple times and won multiple times over. He actually can do pretty much anything Slender Man can do, minus the madness inducement. He also can't teleport. Slender Man seems to be able to teleport wherever he wants. But at the same time, it's like in terms of like all the stuff that would actually be practical in combat, Venom just has the edge over Slender Man pretty much in every regard, as far as we can tell. Now, depending on how your creepypasta lore works, like let me see here, how powerful, let me look that up. How powerful is Slender Man? Let's find out. At least let's see what the internet says. And I'm sure he'll be completely honest. How powerful is Slender Man? So let's see what they say for Slender. Slender Man is a fictional character and doesn't have physical strength, which is not entirely true. However, Slender Man's mythos is inconsistent, and the character has many abilities, including prolonging death, reducing pain, resurrecting the dead, applying morphine, stopping aging, manipulating space-time, which might be the one of the few things he could do, but it's not really explained very well how he does it. Altering time perception, manipulating probability and causality, could be effective. Creating and modifying worlds and causing dimensional bleeding. The creating and modifying worlds thing is interesting. I mean, but is that even really applicable in a fight? Slender Man is very powerful, and his abilities are capable of damaging entire universes and meshing them together with energy. In theory, that puts him well above Venom. But the question is, how does that even work? Is the problem here? Like, Slender Man's got the problem. Here is the ultimate problem I have whenever I have to use a SCP or a creepypasta in a versus video. It's because the lore of these guys can be changed at any point in time because it's all fan made. So there's the level of consistency is very minimal, unfortunately, when it comes to these things. But he can easily and eventually rip humans apart. Okay, which begs the question about that whole physical strength bullshit line. So he has no physical strength. Yes, he does. A black hole of unknown size is needed to summon him into the world. Great. Capable of causing gravestones to explode just by throwing Jeff. Okay, whatever. Which is, let's see here. A quark-sized black hole with yield. Well, the people are now just talking about dimension. As an event that causes universes and dimensions to bleed into each other, tearing your reality apart and swapping chunks of universe with each other. Eventually, these become rifts, locations where the universes meet and can be traveled between. So basically, him just being summoned causes this. Now, that doesn't mean he's just gonna. Now, again, here's some other stuff. In Cannibal, Slender Man defeated Zalgo, which is like it's like their version of like the Scarlet King or whatever, or this Satan more or less. Like, what are you talking about here? And okay, like this is just weird. This is why Slender Man, I can't justify some of these feats because people just continue to add on to this. If I were to look at it from that perspective, then yes, he does probably beat Venom, hypothetically. But if we're looking at just like the bare bones, what we usually get out of Slender Man, then I think it's got to be Venom who wins the fight. He's just overall stronger in most cases than Slender Man is by any realistic measurement. Talking about Slender Man and Venom. But if we're going with these absurdist kind of like works with him, then sure, Slender Man I guess wins. But yeah, it's just either way, this is why I don't really do a lot of creepypasta stuff. Oh, excuse me. SCP I'm a little bit more inclined to do because there's plenty of SCPs that are a lot more grounded in reality and grounded in real limitations versus, like, say, the Scarlet King, who is just insane, who I just did. So yeah, I would still go Venom unless we're going by all the absurdist stuff that Slender Man has done. So yeah, Venom probably would win the fight in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.